G'day guys, welcome back. We've got quite a few things to get through today, give you a bit of an update of what's going on. Number one being these stairs and the decking that you can see behind you. Got that sorted. What else have we got, Shaz?
So we've got some grass growing and a veggie patch is all planted up, and we're about to start sheeting the roof.
Alright, grab the camera and take you on a bit of a tour. Alrighty, starting with the steps here, up we go onto the deck. It runs across the entire length of the house. This particular product is called Eco Deck. We got it from Bunnings. It's a composite decking. It's very hard wearing. You don't have to do much maintenance on it. We got the nice grey colour. I forget exactly what it is called, but it's a nice grey. It's two-sided. There was a darker coloured side, but we chose the light coloured side so it didn't get too hot. Alrighty. Like I said, the decking's a composite material. Bought it from Bunnings. It's pretty expensive. Probably could get it cheaper somewhere else, but that's not what we did. Just a couple of things about it. It's the screw system is hidden. It's hidden in between the gaps of the decking with these little clips and that. It's not a hard system to work out. Just read the instructions like I didn't do at the start. But anyway. Also, they recommend the lengths of 5.4 metres long. They recommend not doing anything over 5.4 metres, so we decided to go directly against the instructions and go longer than that because the deck was longer than that. Just have to be aware that in temperatures of about 30 degrees Celsius it can grow up to 2 millimetres in length for each 5.4 metre length. So I spaced them out with I think I used a 50-cent coin, and I got almost all the gaps right except for one, which in the heat ends up being almost no gap and the rest still have a slight gap. So it's pretty good, but it's just something you've got to be aware of because it does grow in length when it gets warm. Right, there's a couple of the gaps in the deck, still got a decent gap. Come down to this one and she's just about all together and touching. So that's what I'm talking about. You've got to try and make the gaps the same in the same temperature. Obviously messed up with that one, but that's alright, doesn't matter. And onto the stairs. They are built out of the same 75 by 75 mil 3mm wall RHS. They're pretty solid stairs, cladded in the same Eco Deck product, so they're nice and sturdy. Got a couple of handrails. Going to end up putting a gate either at the top or the bottom. I haven't worked that out yet for when we fence in the yard. But let's go over and have a look at the lawn.
Alright, so this is our lawn. It's cooch. It was just a box of seed from Bunnings. We probably overdosed it by double what the product said, but it's turned out fine. We just put down a mixture of soil and cow manure from the local rural hardware landscaping mob. Raked it all out and got it level with the machine. We just sprinkled it on top and then covered it back in with some soil, gave it heaps of water, and I think it took about 3 days before we saw some little shoots come up. But it's filling in nicely, and maybe in a few days we'll even mow it. So this is the soil mix that we got for the lawn and for the garden beds. Just a bit of a close-up of it there. Cow shit, soil. So this is the veggie patch. These are from Birdie's raised garden beds. They came over from Queensland. Put them together ourselves and filled them up with the soil and manure mixture. Planted some things in, as you can see. I'll take you around and show you what we've got. So in the first bed we've got our leafy stuff. This one stays pretty shaded most of the day. We've got some lettuce. We did have a few caterpillars come and munch on a lot of our stuff, so it is coming back slowly. We've got some cos lettuce, some snow peas, coriander and perpetual spinach. And then over here we've got 2 different types of cucumbers. Ian built these trellises out of the bush, so this will climb up over and then hopefully the fruit will hang and be easily picked from between the two. These are our tomatoes and chilies. So these are cherry tomatoes and they are the bigger, some other bigger tomato variety. NT Tropic tomato is one of them, and the other one is a different type of Grosselissi tomato. Grosselissi. Just at the front here we have some chili plants. I'm pretty sure they're all bird's eye. These 2 definitely are on the end. The middle one was from a local lady. I believe it is still, oh sorry, not a bird's eye, a cayenne. the longer ones. And then in the corner we have a Jap pumpkin, or a Kent pumpkin. Jap pumpkin. Again, we did have some caterpillars attack, so he's growing back slowly but surely.
And what do we have here?
I have got this from the local markets. It was actually donated to the one of the local clubs around here by a lady just down the road. So I bought that, and it's a ladyfinger banana. We've just got to work out where to plant it because it gets quite big. And this is a pawpaw which I was gifted from the guy who did our Sparky Works wife as a welcome present. And then, as you can see, we've got some hay from the local place, the same place that we got the soil from. And we've just spread that over like a mulch thick on each garden bed to help keep the water in.
Oh, you want to tell them about your hose reel? We'll have to go back up to the house.
Yeah. So this is the hose reel. It's just from Bunnings. It's a 30-metre Holman retractable hose, and it just reaches over to our veggie patch.
Which is just down the hill there.
It's the closest we could get the water for now. We might move it closer, we might not. But we also use it for the grass, so it's handy.
Alright guys, just here under the house, very uncomfortable. I don't know if you can see this black plastic pipe here, comes up to this brass elbow. Just teed into the water supply at the back of the house, run it all the way under, up to here, just whack date, brass tap. All this stuff is available at Bunnings. It's the, I forget the brand of it. It's like PEX tubing, it's just pushed together stuff. They sell a couple of brands of it at Bunnings, so I'm going to get out from under here because it's hurting my neck badly, and then we'll take you on to the next thing. Alright, I don't know if you can see in the background there, roof sheets. They arrived this morning. You can see in the background there, house, patio with no roof. So these here, we've got to get up there, screw them down. That's the next job on the list. What do we got? They're the long ones that go over the house. Up here behind Banger's Caravan. We've got some other ones, got some here that are going to go upright on the wall. Got some other ones there, I can't remember what they're for. Some behind Declan's van. I'm going to build a roof lean-to over the top of that for the upcoming wet season. And also, let's wander around the other side of the house, or wherever I put them. Got another few lengths, they're over by the sea container. But off this side of the house, where Shan parks her car, I'm also going to build a roof for some rain protection when it's in the wet season, so Shan can get out of her car and not get drenched. I'll just have to stick with the old Bunnings brolly. So, righty, we're out the front now. This is Shan's tropical garden. I'll get her over here to tell you what all these plants are because I'm not 100% sure.
Alright, so these are our tropical plants. We had to put some in for just a bit of a screen. So they will grow bigger, but we've got some cordlines, croton, canna lily, another croton, and then a couple more cordlines at the back. This is a different variety. Did have little flowers on it. They've died off for now. Some more canna lilies. This is a heliconia. They get a really nice flower. It's getting a new one there as well. They're clumping, so right down there there's some new growth, and they'll clump together and form like a bit of a barrier. Got another croton down here, a passion fruit, and a couple more smaller cordlines in the front there, and over here. These are some dragon fruit cuttings that were given to me from a lady that I bought all of the tropical stuff off as a thank you. This is from the same market that I got the banana plant from, $5. It's an elephant ear, and hopefully it'll grow leaves about that big. And I'll take you over and show you some other seedlings that we've got for the veggie patch. So we've got some spring onion, some capsicums, some pak choy, some cherry tomatoes, and unfortunately things that didn't sprout, which are a Thai pea. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. So we'll transfer these down to the garden beds when they're a bit bigger, and then restart with another mob of seeds and keep rotating them in. This is a horse bush. I don't know why it's called that, but it's a big tall growing ornamental tree. It gets about 4 meters high. Fast growing. I think it's also native to the territory, so it's doing really well in here. And this is a tropical hibiscus plant. Did have some little things on it a few weeks ago, but they've disappeared now and it's flowering again. And we've got 2 of these. There's another one. You've probably seen Ian's watering video. If not, go back and have a look. But these are what gets watered with our grey water.
Right guys, it's much later in the afternoon, but I forgot to throw something in the video we just filmed. I'll probably still just stick it in the middle of the video, so what I just said won't mean anything at all to you. But I'm having a beer down here next to me trailer I built for me firefighting unit. So I'll grab the camera and show you a bit of a close-up. It's just built out of offcuts of the same steel as the patio and roof, so I dragged these tyres, rims, axles and trailer hitch that you can't quite see just down there. I had them from an old project back in Perth, threw them in the sea container, brought them up here. I knew I'd use them for something, and here we go. I built a little trailer, so let's have a look. Alrighty, so there it is. Got the drawbar there. It's basically just a square. It's 1200 long, 1 meter wide, which is the same measurements as the base of the IBC. Just got a little bit of square tubing welded on the front there to stop it sliding forwards. And these axles that I cut off another thing. You probably can't, yeah, you can sort of see it in there. That bit of square tubing just sits up a little bit proud of the frame so that it can't move side to side. It's got 2 big ratchet straps over the top. Hold it there. Done quite a few laps of the fire brake and it hasn't moved yet. Still haven't put a jockey wheel on it, but I can manhandle it onto the car. So yeah, it was a pretty simple, only took me, I don't know, say 2 hours to knock it up. And yeah, you can see it fits the IBC perfectly. If you've been hanging around since the start of this little series, you'll remember me no weld firefighter unit, ratchet straps, fencing wire. So yeah, just the IBC and pump and hose reel are held on with no welding at all. I will get around to welding it up properly. Just out here on the fire brake, you might notice that it's much wider. I met the neighbour who bought that. He doesn't actually live there, but I met him when he came up and he got a contractor out and did his side of the fire brake, so it's huge now. Mine was 4 meters, he was going to do 4, but it probably went a little bit more, so it's be a solid 10 meters across. So that's good because it's the dry season. Anyway, there you have it. Yeah, one little project. It's good to have the firefighter unit on its own trailer, so I don't have to take it on and off the other trailer. We've got a couple of sheets on the roof this afternoon, so that's a good head start, but that's for another video. You may notice, I don't know, can you see the dinghy in the background? Went out for a quick trip the other day and tried to do a bit of barra fishing. Didn't catch any barra, but yeah, we'll have to get better at that. Anyway, I'm going to time travel back to the middle of the video and this will all make no sense at all, so cheers. Alrighty guys, we're back out the front, lawn in the background. That's about that for a little update video. We have been doing some work down on our dam down the other end of the property, but I've made a whole video about cleaning that out and making it a little bit bigger, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, we're going to get going and get a roof on this bitch, so yeah. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, thanks to Shazza for having a yarn, and we'll see you on the next one. Right, see you guys.
Bye.